Hey folks, Brett here, and sometimes I wear a beret, and I wanted to take a quick second to talk about something that popped into my subscription feed recently, and that is Nerf House Season 3. That's right, they made another season, so technically it's called Nerf House Showdown. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say Nerf House, I recommend you go and watch my Season 1 recap that I made back in December 2020. It talks a little bit more about why I was so disappointed with the series and why I felt so invested in something that, for Nerf's entertainment, had been a really big part of my getting into the hobby way back when. So I wasn't a huge fan of it, to say the least, and I did nitpick quite a bit. There was a Season 2 that came out later that year, and I was going to make a video about that, and still planned to, just never got around. And here we are, another season has dropped, and maybe that will be the kick in the butt I need to actually start that one. My ultimate takeaway right from the get-go is that this seems to be better than the previous ones already. What has been presented so far, I am a big fan of. I should scale that back a little bit. I'm not a huge fan, I'm just more enthusiastic about it. There are still some parts like, why didn't you explain how the competition actually works, and why are these people clearly forced laughing and saying certain things that no human actually says? It doesn't all take place in the house, but there is some sort of house. It does take advantage of the location on the water, so there's some really cool things I'm looking forward to seeing how they use for competitions. The contestants seem to be having a good time, and ladies and gentlemen, we did it. I may not be in the competition myself, but there is a Beret on the ground, and guess what? He's a silly boy, just like me, and I am rooting for him 100%, and you should too.
Woo! How could I hate this series? The first character that we're introduced to, his name is Beret. We did it, Reddit. We got in, we infiltrated this G-dang Nerf Showdown. I love this. This is hilarious.
Now there are still some things I don't love about the competition, namely they don't tell too much on how the points work, like you have to figure it out yourself, and then they cut too much out so you're like, wait, did that person actually win? So I'm very skeptical of why Mr. Beret did not win the first competition, even though he's still doing all right. I will admit at least the episodes are longer so I can see what's going on, but as an avid player myself, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more breakdown on how the scoring works, just so I'm not so confused and trying to figure that out, and then I'm missing what's actually taking place. I think the series is okay. It's premiering every Friday so far, hashtag not an ad, I am not sponsored to talk about this at all. I just am curious to see how it goes, because if this is what they're going to do with Nerf House in the future, I'm okay with it. There's still some kinda cringy stuff, honestly, and there's still some stuff that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy watching it. Unironically, and a bit ironically. Hashtag Team Beret. If he doesn't win, we riot. That's right, Hasbro. Don't mess this up. So if you want to hear more of my initial thoughts, I did a small live stream where I reacted to the first 2 episodes. I go into a little bit more detail on what I like and what I don't like. Check that out in the link in the description box below, and maybe I'll do another stream when the series actually concludes and we can go through all the episodes and pick them apart as we enjoy doing on this channel. No hate, just check it out if you're interested, and I'll be very curious to see what happens in the end. Thank you all so much for watching. More stuff to come in the near future. I'm working on something big, but I had to take a quick second and talk about Nerf House because it's important. It's not that important. I'll see you all later.
Are they gonna do some competitions with the scooters and carts? If so, I'm open to that. I'd be down to do that myself as well. Though it is funny that they have to use like the stock configurations, so they only get like the 6-round magazines inside. That's pretty funny. And I don't know if it's really conducive to stand on those the entire time, but it does add to the absurdity of everything, so I approve of that.